Hello everyone! So, first step, the grand simulation. I will show you how I replaced the VOPS node by the VEX. This is pretty much the same. I had diffuse node because when I use polyfill, I get this wall. First changes drop to ground. So I use this VEX code to drop the grain on the floor. I use getBbox on y-axis. And I get the constraint grain size divided by 2. You can use if you want to justify and just use this expression here. So in the constraint, this is pretty the same. I change this node, big pieces attribute. I use this expression. It's like a if. I just test if class max equals class min. And if it's true, I return 1.0 and I affect it to this attribute. And if it's false, I return 0. And after, I just use a fit, 0 to 1, I fit the attribute big. And I use the threshold, this is velum constraint breaking threshold, as parameter. This breaking threshold is here. This is this one. Breaking threshold. And for the others attributes, it's the same. This is a big. Medium pieces, I just change the attribute name. And the same for the small. If I display color, for the big pieces, we get this. Medium. And the small pieces. It's incredibly slow on MacBook Pro M1. It took about 3 or 4 minutes to compute all constraints. Welcome in hell. And the small pieces. So 2 minutes later, and after. To introduce breaking multiplication, breaking mult. This is this VEX code on primitive. Oh no, I clicked. See you back in 3 minutes. So this is for the break mult 1 and the break mult 2. I don't use a spare parameter, I just write the value here. For the med, for the big, but I don't use this for the small pieces because it's too high for my computer, for my laptop. For the set breaking threshold, this is this VEX code with min and max for big, medium, and small. And the set break mult, at primattrib, I just add the break mult attribute with value of 1 on each primitive. The attribute transfer are the same. And for the break threshold fade, I use this code. And to set the noise, of course, we can do the noise in VEX, but the VOPs are really common to use, are really easier to use. After we got the simulation, so the grand simulation. So for Piscal mult, this VEX code with the channel with the mult here. And for the display, so after a crash, we was here, display, I use this VEX code, and we can change the color as the VOPs in the video. If I change max value, and to finish, I convert it to volume. And to render it, I use a volume rasterized attribute. I create a density attribute before, and I use a volume rasterized attribute. And for Redshift, I add a volume mix to multiply by 5 the density. And now for the flip sim, Before catching, I use a fluid compress. So I click, sorry. Don't, never click on MacBook Pro, never click. So I use a fluid compress and save it. And after I use an unpack. It's to save space on my disk. For the color, I use this wangle. This is this code, and we can, as the VOP in video, tweak as we want. For the velocity, I use this wangle. And for the last part, I do it differently with the suction back the boat. I just select the B box, and with normals, I keep these two sides, and I use a pop net. But using VOPs in video, we get more control and it's better. So I would like to show you something different. I use volume rasterize and I get the velocity to inject it on the green simulation. So to select faces, to select the faces by normals in Vex. So for the normal, it works, but on the right it's better, but this method is better. I will show you this in a few seconds. So here what I'm doing, I'm looking for normals and I just delete the normal I don't want. Z plus, if n.x equal 0, or n.y equal 0, and blah 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 blah. So just important, here it's not equal, because in Houdini, when Houdini display 1.0, maybe it's not 1.0, maybe it's 1.0001, or maybe it's 0.99999. And sometimes it works if I write equals, sometimes I just write superior or inferior as, and this works. Here, so I just comment this line. I want to keep normal with x positive and x negative. If I'm looking the primitive normal, x positive, this is this one, and x negative, this one. Only these two. And if I'm looking the other values, the y and z are 0 for the boss. So if I'm looking this normal, I don't want, so all this one, I don't want this one. This is other face. This is this face, bottom and top. I can see the normal direction is 1. Here is negative 1. Here it's negative 0, like this one. But in Z, it's positive 1 and negative 1. So I can use this algorithm, mini algorithm, nano algorithm. I can say, okay, if n.y is different to 0, okay, is different to 0, this is this normal and this normal, the 2 and 3, or n.z is different to 0, okay, donc this is .z, this one and this one. So remove the prim, and this is what I've done. And after, I just inverse the normal. After, I just adding velocity according to the direction with normal, pointing to the center, and I use a pop network. So the method in the video, in the VOPs, is more efficient. This is just to show another way to do this. So now the VFX. First, I select the pipe. I just use a split with primitive. And I select just the top. I use a polyfill. VDB from polygon, I just use 0.05 on voxel size, and I turn on density. This is the setup for Axiom. I rename density to temperature. I merge them. Here, I get a VDB with two voxel grid, temperature and density. The Axiom solver, so I go back to the first frame. In the Axiom solver, I just start it at this frame because the bot is not in the frustum of the camera. For this setup, I use two substeps. Sourcing density to 10, temperature 0.1. For the simulation, I use this value and some modification in wind. I'm trying to match all VFX with this direction. If I display all VFX go to this side, to this way, to this direction. I'm trying to matching the sun direction too to get this line. And that's all. I don't choose pyroback volume. Turn to off because it's too much blur for me. And pyroback volume is used for mantra, and for redshift I don't use it. And this is what we get. Now next FX, the mist. I use procedural source, getting the cracks. For that, I select the first frame with the hit, with the bot hit. I use a convert VDB to get a mesh. We need to change ISO value because by default it's 0 and nothing appears. And I get this mesh. Now I can select by normals. So I create a group by normal. And I select only inside edges with a certain angle. After I blast all the rest, I use a scatter and Axiom rasterize point. And this is my source for the mist. I add temperature. I use density to name it temperature. I merge them. I get just a little bug on here because I changed Houdini version and completed definition. It's work for me. And now this side, we get the boat. So I clean all attributes. And this is the boat for the collider. This side is only the collider. I use polyfill and I merge all. And now I can use a VDB from Polygon. I use fog VDB. I name it influence. I add the name influence pressure. And I invert it. And now here I get sorry. Now I get the influence on voxel grid and influence pressure. This is for the collider. To this side, I just recompute the velocity for the collision. I use a trail with compute velocity and VDB from Polygon, VDB distance collision, attribute point v, VDB name collision val, and add merge them together. I use a file cache. In the file cache, I use op name, this syntax. Like that, I can get the parent name, mist, and I never erase accidentally a cache will have the same name. Now the Axiom solver. I just change here some setup, some settings, dissipation, diffusion, low wind, same direction to this side, and we get this. All works. Here we see the collision with the boat, and some smoke are going over the boat. It's cool. And this part. If I display the boat, so some part of mist go here, just here, over the boat. And that's all for the mist. Now the snow. So in this setup, I use two FX. One is the smoke emitter is for the snowfall. At the beginning, I just use a grid. I transform it, add the velocity using the normal direction, and the pop network. And the grid is here. I use a mountain to add more random velocities. I just choose a robust frame in the offset. Pop network, if I use stars, I get the bot 2. Easier. For the simulation, I start before my first frame. Like that, I can already have all the snow in the screen. For sourcing, I use first contact geometry. For the burst, these settings. Attribute, I use 20 for velocity. Pop wind with this setup. I don't choose wind velocity. I don't choose the direction because I use the normal of the grid. And the static object. So I will show you how I do this. So for the collider, just here, I get the boat. I do pretty the same thing. I select the bottom, polyfill, merge. And here I use a collision source with this voxel size. I use a group. This group will be used to display the boat. Instead the VGB, I will display the geometry in the simulation. I merge them and I cache it. So I use this switch because the first hit frame is at this frame number and I start at 1001. And when I go back in PopNet for the collider, I just choose the call out, this one. Inside I get nothing because I'm not on the good frame. And now I get geometry and VDB for the collision. Polygon and VDB. Geometry group display, this is the group I use to display the geometry. I use mode volume sample and proxy volume the same as this one. And the group display is this one to geometry side. After I delete all attributes, I don't need attribute for this one, and I cache it. Now for the snow from the edge. So I like this effect. I will show you all. We get this. So I just use pixel. For this effect. First, I will use a time shift. We have a movement, we have animation, so we need to block one frame to apply what we want to apply, and after we can animate it with a point deform. This is a way to do this. I use my first frame. I do a remesh. This takes a little bit time, just 20-25 seconds. I use this target size with uniform. After I use the attribute paint. And for attribute paint, I paint density as attribute. And I paint on the edge. We can do it procedurally with the VGB, but I prefer to do this manually. It's more art directable. I don't know if I can say this. I don't know if this word exists. So only edges, and it will be emitters. I use the scatter. And for globe acid, the same as the others, arrowbars frame. and the point deform to get back our animations. So the firm frame is the mesh to deform, donc this one, the scatter, the response lattice, the time shift, and the animation. The last is animation. And the last is animation. Point deform lattice is this one. And now we get our point moving along the edge. And we can, so I don't mention it. I show it later. The small animation on the hélice. I don't know if the word is hélice. And this works. We can see it turn with the hélice of the Airwolf helicopter. Airwolf. This is this one. This one. This part là is animating, and it works. Cool. After that, a pop network. From source, I use point, first context geometry, constant burst, this number, the life expensity and variance. And so interesting here, pop wind, so to match the direction. And I use a pop fluid. Pop fluid is used for the white water normally. And I use it with this value to keep point stick. I use to jitter burst time negative. For the collision, I just choose the same collision for the snow. And here, very important, when you use a merge, you get left input affect right input. So the bot must be on the left, not on the right. And now, I delete all soft edge, IG, and life. I will use them later for the render. And we get this. Always view from the camera. That's all for the snow. And for the last FX, no FX, but animation, the bot. Here we get the bot. I split the bot and the Airwolf. I keep only rotor. Unfortunately, this is not the center of the building box. This is why I use a small rig with skeleton. Normally, we can do this. We can use a transform. And if I use $CEX, $CEY, and $CEZ, the pivot is set to the center, but it's not the center. So we need to do this way. First, I do time shift as a boat, same as the boat, same as snow from the edge. I use a skeleton. I will change background color, it will be easier. Tab skeleton. On Apple Silicon, I get some bugs. If I click here and I click, it's not changes. I need to set with the keyboard and this change. And here we have two modes, create and modify. I can press F to change mode. So I use create. And here I'm on the object. Here I'm not on the object. Just 1 point, 2 points. I press F. Now I'm on modify. right click, show handle. And now we can place correctly. This is a very, very fast rig. So it was about good. And this way. So now if I move all bonds. I move the bottom and the tip. I can check child compensate, and now I move only this point. If I'm looking for the bottom, I can place the point here, and it's okay. And now we get the same skeleton here. This is what I've done. Now we need to capture. After skeleton, we need to use a bone capture lines, an orient joint. Orient joint, it will orient the joint as the name. Just here, if you look the axis, and I deactivate here, and I deactivate the orient joint. Here we are lucky, the joints are oriented, seems to be oriented the same way. But it's better to activate this. After we can use a tête embed. You will create this. A tête conform. And now a bone capture biharmonic. And this is the first input to the bone deform. The second input is the rest point is a skeleton. And this one is for the animation. So for the animation, I just choose a rig pose. I select a join, this one. It automatically add here. And I rotate it by the time. Time multi 20. And now when I display bone deform, we get the rotation, the animation. Oops. You see how I animate the airwolf, And now the boat and the airwolf. And that's all. For the final render and look dev lighting, my computer is not enough stronger. Feel free to ask me question on the Discord. I will ask if I can. So see you, bye bye.